Hi everyone, Lisa here with Down to Earth Gardening and Design. Have you ever looked around your garden and thought, wow, I wish I would have grown that plant earlier? Well, that's exactly what today's video is about. So we're going to be talking about 10 perennials that I wish I had started growing earlier. So sometimes we move, we take plants with us, and I also have to say, if that ever happens, I'm always going to have these 10 plants in my garden or on my wish list. So the thing about these plants is they have a lot of great attributes. So I'm going to be telling you about their planting hardiness zones, their sun requirements. We're going to give you some great varieties. And also I love them because most of them on the list are pest, rodent, deer resistant, give you some absolutely stunning blooms. I'm also going to talk a little bit about what's so great about them. And if there are any challenges with them, I will definitely be sure to mention them and let you know. So let's start with number 10 and we'll do the countdown. Number 10 is definitely Yarrow. So I picked up this Yarrow on sale a couple years ago and just mixed it up. I have my paprika Yarrow here, and then I have some firefly fuchsia. So I want to give you a close-up of these because one of the things I love is that it is super low maintenance. So this area right here, although I do have irrigation, it doesn't get a lot of water. Once Yarrow gets established, you'll notice that the clumps get a little bit fatter and fuller, and it just doesn't need a lot of water or care. It also has long-lasting blooms. Pollinators love it. And you can also dry it for winter use, which if you've seen some of my other videos, I love to do. Number 9 is penstemon, also known as beard tongue. I love this one. It has beautiful, hardy, tall spikes. They attract a lot of pollinators, as you can see here. And I have to say my favorite is the burgundy foliage, which is called Midnight Masquerade. And there's also a burgundy glow that's also pretty nice. You want to give them full sun, and that's going to prevent them from flopping and give them the best foliage color. Number 8 is lavender. So this plant requires a little bit of care, but it is well worth it. It's another full sun lover, and you can plant this in sandy or well-draining soil, and it does need a little bit of pruning, but the pollinators will thank you, and you'll have some gorgeous fragrant flowers and some really pretty silvery gray foliage. Number 7 is my coneflower. So it is our echinacea, and this is another full sun lover. It looks great in a prairie garden, mixed border, cottage garden, pollinator garden. Your birds and butterflies will thank you. So it has a big impact, large colorful blooms. I like to plant them in groups, and as you can see, mix up my colors. And I love to leave the seed heads because they not only will reseed themselves, but it'll attract the goldfinches in the winter. Number 6 are my black-eyed Susans. This is our Rudbeckia, and they are extremely hardy. They have so many benefits to our bees and native butterflies who love their nectar. They have a really long blooming window, which I love, and the deer seem to just pass on by them. So they're very deer resistant, or have been in my garden, and I really struggle with deer here. So lots of flowers, high impact with minimal effort, and just like our cone flowers, you want to leave the cones in the winter because they will provide some seeds for lots of birds. Number 5 is the daylily, and what a beautifully flowering and indestructible plant that is so low maintenance and winter hardy. So the daylily comes in tons of beautiful colors and some different styles, anywhere from a trumpet to some ruffled blooms, and the pollinators love it. So you will see butterflies, you'll see bees and hummingbirds on your daylilies. So even though each individual flower will bloom for a day, a clump will produce hundreds of blooms. Number 4 is coral bells, or heuchera. So this little plant is prized for its year-round foliage color, which by the way comes in so many different shades. So you can see here red, purple, black, gold, peach, and even variegated. So these little powerhouses are deer and rodent resistant, which is pretty important in my yard. I don't know about yours, but they will also throw up a delicate, airy little flower, which can be really pretty and used in cut flower bouquets. So it can add a permanent paint palette to your garden. They are part shade lovers, but it really depends on the variety you're planting and this hardiness zone that you are in. Number three, and this is a must-have flower for me and many of you as well. So these peonies will deliver unmatched, decadent spring beauty, sweet fragrance, and extraordinary longevity. So they deliver massive dramatic blooms in your garden and are just stunning in bouquets. So they'll range from having blooms with some delicate single petals to massive cloud-like double blooms. And talk about longevity. So these can stick around for anywhere from 50 to 100 years. So even a beautiful perennial that can be passed down through the generations. Number two is Baptisia, also known as false indigo or wild indigo. So this is a native plant in North America. It is a taller plant and it's technically more of a shrub perennial. So it's a tough plant. It has expansive behavior, so that means it'll mound out into a nice looking shrub, but like a perennial, it will die back to the ground in the winter. So the pollinators love it. It's a spring flowering perennial. I love to use it with my peonies, but my hot tip is pick a permanent spot because it has deep tap roots and does not like to be moved. And number one is Delphinium, but it is not the tall spikes that we're used to seeing. So in my opinion, those tall spikes are beautiful, but you have to stake them and they are not that hardy in my planting hardiness zone. So I'm talking about this type of Delphinium, which forms nice airy clouds, has a nice mounding habit, will reseed itself so the clumps will get larger and larger. Beautiful electric blue flowers, and it is aptly named Blue Butterfly. So no staking required, very hardy, and the butterflies love it, but the deer and rodents will leave it alone. So beautiful, stunning flower to add to your garden, and a long-lasting bloomer as well. So in summary, this is my list of plants that I wish I had planted sooner and I will always have in my garden. I hope I've given you some great ideas for your garden. Now we featured a lot of these plants and flowers in some standalone videos. So if you subscribe to our channel and check us out, you can find out more information on each of these plants and lots of other gardening topics as well. So thank you again. I appreciate all of you at home. And if you liked our video, give us a thumbs up and hopefully I'll see you again soon.